Alright folks, and welcome back to the Don's channel. I am the Donfather and this is hashtag AFL Car Chat. Today's chat is just about sort of interim coaches coming in when a coach has left the club, such as Rhys Shaw at North Melbourne and Teague at Carlton. The reason why I brought this up is because a lot of people have been saying, do you think they should get the job permanently, etc. Chris Judge now came out and says what kind of coach Carlton will be looking for, what attributes they need. So what's your take on it? Do leave your comments in the section below, because this is this chat's more of a discussion rather than a rant as such from me, because I do like my odd rant in the car chats. But my opinion of interim coaches coming in, there's Rhys Shaw's doing a very, very good job. He's actually turned North Melbourne into the last 6 games are probably the most informed team in the ladder right now. They've still got a long way to go to get up near the top, but he's certainly turned them around, and they do look like a team that you can't take for granted. And as I say, form can breed momentum, and momentum, you know, when you're winning games, everything feels a lot better. There's a good atmosphere. There's a good atmosphere in the crowd. Just that feel-good factor's back, isn't it? And that can kind of just continue on and on and on, that winning streak when everything's going well. And that's down to him. But sometimes in sport, I find when you've got the interim coach, the guy who's just stepped in, he's not got the permanent job, if you like. It's like a honeymoon period, like, everything's good, everything's rosy. He's just very much coming in, settling down the dressing room, putting smiles on the players' faces again, getting them enjoying their footy, if you like, and they're winning games. But when that transition from being interim stand-in coach becomes a permanent one, time and time again throughout sport, everything seems to go wrong, and I don't know why this is. Now, I'm not saying that this for 1 second is going to happen to Rhys Shaw, but history does say that these things can go wrong. Players might not have the same respect for him when he's a permanent manager and he's under a little bit of pressure and he starts to shout and they go, hold on a minute here, a couple of months ago you were our best mate kind of thing. I don't know what's happening at North Melbourne, if that's the sort of thing that's going on. Maybe he is giving them hairdryer treatment, maybe he is getting under their skin and shouting at them when they're needing it, and giving encouragement when they need it, etc. Maybe he has got all the attributes of being the head coach at North Melbourne, and the same with David Teague. I don't know, but I think the CEO at Carlton's kind of said it was slightly rude what was said by Judd. I believe that's what was said. I've just read a headline. I didn't dig too deep into this story, but I believe that's along those lines, because there's a man in the job right now, and to start saying who your target, what kind of target you'd be looking for, and actually overlooking the guy that's actually in the job does show an element of disrespect. Although Chris Judd's entitled his opinion, and he's an absolute legend of the sport. There's no doubt about that. So his opinion's probably held in a higher regard than most. But when somebody's in a job currently, you do need to show them a little bit of respect and do your business behind closed doors. And if you have got targets or attributes or things that you're looking for in your next head coach, and it's not the guy that's in the job, keep it behind closed doors until such targets are signed or in the process of being signed. Then it can come out and you say, yes, this is the route we're going down. We've spoke to the man that's in charge right now and the man that's currently on the agenda to be coming in, and that's as far as you can comment. But Carlton, I don't know how good a job he's doing, and if you're a Carlton fan, let me know what you think about what David Teague's doing, because Carlton are very much a team in a stage in their history. They're building for the future. Maybe they've been building for the future for a few years, people might argue, but there's a lot of, it's starting to pay dividends now, because you're seeing a lot of young lads stepping up, and they're some of the best players in the AFL right now are at Carlton. But collectively as a team, they can't do it. They're not getting consistent results, but they're certainly improving. From I've started watching them, there's a huge improvement there. Is that down to David Teague, or is it just down to the fact that Carlton's put so much time and effort into developing a young squad for the future, and it's now starting to slowly pay off. Maybe people think he's not the guy to take them the next step of the journey. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. It is a really interesting debate. There's no right or wrong answer. It's only opinion at this stage, because you cannot possibly say whether or not keeping Reece Shaw is going to be a good thing, keeping David Teague is going to be a good thing, or replacing them is going to be a good thing. You just don't know. But currently, right now, North Melbourne are in a situation where you go, just keep it rolling until the time starts going bad. Don't make any hasty decisions. Don't give him the permanent job yet. Just keep it going as it's going. It's going well. Because time and time again, when, like at Manchester United there, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was on such an unbelievable run of form. He won so many games. He was undefeated in so many games, and then they gave him the permanent job, and he lost something like 9 in 11 games. So sometimes that change of becoming the official permanent manager can actually have a knock-on effect, because all of a sudden there's a little bit more pressure on you to produce the goods, and the relationships that you've had in terms of being a lot more friendly with the players might change because you're the manager, and you have to be a little bit more firmer and stricter. And players in the modern world, and no matter the sport actually, and the millennial kids coming through don't really respond to the same way as players from the years gone by would have to hairdryer treatment, people shouting at them, trying to get under their skin to provoke a reaction, to a positive reaction. There's not a lot of players nowadays coming through that tend to turn a bit of a bollocking into a positive and go out and produce the goods on the field. So this is what I'm getting at. Just keep it. For the Reece Shaw one at North Melbourne, everything's going well right now. They've got some young players that are coming through that are absolutely brilliant to watch. They've got a bit of experience there that's good. The results are coming. They're getting scalps as well. I mean, the destruction of Collingwood has to be commended. Absolutely fantastic result for them. So just keep it going. Don't make any hasty decisions, in my opinion. Don't give him the permanent job yet. See it out to the end of the season. Wait till everything's done and dusted and make a conscious decision then. But in the meantime, certainly if you're not looking to make him permanent, certainly keep your business going in the background. The public doesn't need to know yet. The media certainly don't need to know, because they'll just turn it into some sort of drama. So just keep all your work indoors, in-house, and keep your cards close to your chest, basically, with that one. But Reece Shaw's doing a good job. I wouldn't make any hasty decisions yet. If it starts going wrong and you don't think he's the guy, then of course make a decision promptly. But with the David Teague one, I'm on the fence. I don't know enough about the guy. I don't know enough about Carlton's journey of the last few years. I know they've been down near the bottom of the ladder, but the signs are there for me. They're playing positive stuff. They're trying to play footy in the right manner. They've got great young players coming through all at one time as well, which is exciting. You just feel if they can keep the team together, which I think they will, and add 1 or 2 players, good additions to the squad, then they could actually have a bit of an impact. Maybe next year's too soon, but the year after that, they could certainly, if they develop the way they seem to be developing, they could certainly be real contenders if they really, really want to be. And I'm looking forward to it, because I enjoy watching them play. This is 2 clubs I thoroughly enjoy watching. They're 2 of the ones that I probably enjoy over bigger teams, to be fair. Well, Carlton's probably one of the biggest teams throughout AFL history. North Melbourne are a fairly young side, aren't they, in terms of their history. They wouldn't be the media's like go-to guys for a bit of main stories and stuff. They wouldn't be lauding them in the press, basically, would they? So in terms of that, then that's what I'm getting at. But it is just a discussion, this one. If you can get back to me in the comments section, that would be greatly appreciated, because it is something I want to talk about with these guys. So I've been asked so many times, that's what's made me think. And then with Chris Judd's comments about, not so much about Teague, but about Carlton's position, and what kind of things they're looking for in a head coach. There's head coaches right now at other clubs that are bound to be under pressure. Nathan Buckley's bound to be feeling pressure, even though they're sitting, I think, 3rd in the ladder. It's crazy to think that people are declaring that this is the end of the world near enough with Nathan Buckley right now. Everything's going wrong. Like, I think they've won one where they played badly and they've lost two, and it's absolute crisis, but yet they still find themselves third in the ladder. So I wouldn't get too excited about Collingwood's lack of form. They're still up there. I'm sure when players come back from injury, there's been a couple of players like Reedy came back, and I think he's back out injured. He's a mammoth player as well. They've got so many players that when they're on, like, that are up there with the best in the game. And I don't think there's a major problem there, although all the media outlets right now in Australia would probably have you believe that there's a complete crisis going on at Collingwood. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just a poor run of form. Form is temporary, class is permanent, and I think they have too much class, and that's the key message there. In their squad, once they start getting players back fit, you'll never be able to rule them out from being there or thereabouts. Although people say they always choke near the end, at the business end of the season, when you need to get things done, Collingwood notoriously fail at the final hurdle, don't they? But anyway, that's just the chat today. As I say, give me feedback in the comment section below, and we'll have a bit of discussion about these topics. That would be absolutely fantastic if you can do that. And don't forget to check out all my social media platforms in the description section below, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And check out Patreon. Help the channel grow. That would be greatly appreciated if you could become a patron. That would be absolutely brilliant, and I'll give you special requests as well, etc, etc. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I am the Donfather, and this was AFL Car Chat. Cheers and goodbye.